a private legal practitioner. He was in court today for Hopeson Adorye. Let's speak to him and understand what happened. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, sir.
So, what are the timelines? When was he arrested? What was he told when he was being arrested?
He was invited. Let me say hello to your listeners, viewers on Facebook. He was invited by telephone notice on Tuesday to have a conversation at the CID headquarters the following day, Wednesday, at 11 a.m. Unfortunately, it rained so heavily that we got there an hour late at 12 noon. That was Wednesday. And was informed by the DG of the CID that there was a matter of a tape they were trying to investigate, and that the matter had been referred to the regional administration, the regional police administration. So we then moved, all of us moved to the regional administration, where an entire panel of the senior ranking members of the region interrogated him about the tape, after which they enabled him to take a statement. They enabled him to make a statement. Then that's when the interesting things started happening, and I noticed that it wasn't likely they would let him go, because nobody had told him he was being arrested. He had been invited and he had delivered a statement. But then the police kept going back and forth. At 6 o'clock, we were then informed that they were still waiting to make a decision, but because it was 6 o'clock, he had to be put away, because they didn't have facilities to keep him where he was. So he was being sent to Ministry police station to be kept in the cells there. So the questions we asked immediately, on what basis? Why can't he go home and come back? Then it was clear then that the intention was to arrest him, or at least detain him, if you couldn't go as hard as arrest. But of course, the police have large, wide powers of suspicion, detention, arrest, whichever way they choose to go about it, in preventing what they believe as crime or in protecting public spaces. So we had to concede and allow him to be detained at the ministry's police station. That was Wednesday evening. So he then went in there, and this morning, Thursday morning, we went in the police station. We were informed that he had been formally charged. Lest I forget, the previous night he wasn't charged in any form. He wasn't formally charged. He was just asked to go to the police station because they were waiting for instructions from above. Until those instructions came, he had to wait in the ministry's police station. So he ended up in the cells there. And this morning, he was sent to Dansman, the circuit court, where fortunately, by the grace of God, he was admitted to bail.
So he was detained overnight without a formal arrest?
Yes, he was detained, more or less, in the cells without being informed he had been arrested.
Okay. In court today, was he formally charged?
Yes, they've charged him with publication of false information, Section 208 of the Code.
Did they give specifics of the alleged crime?
Yes, they have a charge sheet with a few facts that they've inferred from the tape they are using as their foundation material evidence, and then something they try to infer from his statement.
Is this in reference to the allegation that has to do with some detonation of a bomb somewhere in the Volta region in 2016?
I like the way you put that. I couldn't have put it better.
I'm learning from you. I'm learning from you. You have been a master communicator all these decades.
Exactly. Without saying exactly what's in there, but this is what it is.
But did he admit to anything? What was his plea?
Oh, he admitted to the voice on the tape. But he explained, because clearly the circumstances in delivering the tape were different from the actual circumstances on the ground. So his statement clarified many portions of what he said in his studio, which was more personalized, perhaps in consonance with the studio style. So he actually explained himself, and it was nothing to do with him personally.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't even in the jurisdiction of Ghana.
Oh, okay. I mean, when you use jurisdiction here, I mean, it may be a contentious issue, but of course, it's the court who decide, because jurisdiction can be defined in various
maybe
aspects.
let me change the word. It wasn't in the territorial space.
Okay, of Ghana. Okay, that's very helpful. Now, did he plead guilty or not guilty?
No, he's pleaded not guilty.
So when is the next date in court?
25th June.
All right. Now, let me put away the Yaw Buaben Asamoa lawyer and talk to him as a politician and member of the Movement for Change. Do you smell an elephant?
It's very obvious. It's not. Now, you see, we have to begin to distinguish these matters. It's not even the elephant itself. It's the rider of the elephant, who is the government. The elephant is inert at the moment. They don't have the power to do this. It is the interest of those riding the elephant, who have the authority and power of the elephant, who are doing what's going on, because it's clear. If you listen, at some point in the tape, their foundational evidential tape, Hopeson is heard telling people he's supposed to be talking to that he told then candidate, now President Akufo-Addo, about this. And this is 2016. He said he told it. So before coming into authority, he knew that something will, if it did happen, if we had to take Hopeson's word for it, that it happened, then he told him. Now, later on, the party comes into authority, and some individuals control the authority of the state, the power of the state. The party exists elsewhere, and those individuals are aware that Hopeson is supposed to have said this or done this or whatever. And during that period, in the past 8 years, he's made these claims elsewhere. He's made these claims elsewhere. But at the time he was making those claims, because he was an integral part of the government of the NPP, nobody thought it important to look at those claims. And now, all of a sudden, he's making these claims while clothed as Movement for Change. He's become a saboteur. He's become treasonous. He's become a threat to national security. So the change of clothing has irked some people. People are not happy. People think that he's going too far and that they must slow him down, shut him up. And this is a way they thought was convenient. But it didn't work out. Happily, it didn't work out.
I see. So it looks like this was an operation, and when you say operation in the political sense, we understand what it means. An operation when he was with the NPP, which operation was endorsed at the time, but which operation now is being used to come after him.
Yes, because he's literally changed color.
Is he likely to
a yellow army general?
Is he likely to sing like a canary? Considering that he may and I mean, trying him politically, if he were to make concessions, he may end up mentioning names. No, because it looks like an operation he may have conducted for and on behalf of some persons or a group of persons.
I think the threat of Hopeson to the powers that be is not necessarily this particular matter, but his wealth of knowledge generally about the regime and how close he was to certain incidents, events, and many, many other happenings. And I think that is where the fear potential embarrassment is coming from. That if he is not stopped, then he will end up hearing more, if not worse, than this.
Very well.
Am I making myself clear?
Yes, it's very clear. We'll wait to see what happens next.
This is just a hook on which you hang your troublesome coat.
So let's wait and see what happens next in court. But thank you for speaking to us. How is the movement doing, though? Is the butterfly doing well? We're told that your butterfly was going to struggle. It appears you are flying higher, as close to the eagle as possible. Where's the energy coming from?
These incidents demonstrate how far we've come. When you begin to be persecuted, then you realize that you are a threat. The butterfly is seriously flying.
Very well.
We're making headway.
Wish you all the best and thank you so much. When is your running mate coming?
We're not going to get involved in the kind of running mate saga that some people have. We are going to do it scientifically, so it's not going to be too long.
Very well. All the best and thank you for speaking to us.
My pleasure.
That's former MP and a member of the Movement for Change, Yaw Buaben Asamoa.